Okay, so my name is Olu Hawes, and I'm from the Waste Hauler Permitting and Enforcement section of the Solid Resources Citywide Recycling Division with LA Sanitation and Environment. So, what does that whole word salad actually mean? Well, a little bit about LA Sanitation. I haven't heard it yet, so you may not be aware of that. LA Sanitation is kind of organized into two sides, the wastewater side, which we refer to as the wet side, and you've heard two presentations from that. And then there's the solid waste side, which we kind of refer to as solids, or the dry side. And so when you see that term solid waste management, all that basically means is trash. And that's what we do, the main thing that we do. We pick up the trash. You can see there 750,000 single family homes and the small complexes are serviced by our staff. And then in 2017, we contracted with 7 haulers in our franchise system, and they pretty much take care of all the commercial units and businesses. So all that hauling requires somebody to administer and enforce all the rules. And that's where I come in the waste hauler permitting section. So your regular trash, there's different types of waste stream. The regular trash isn't all there is. There's also, for example, construction and demolition waste. The reason why I highlight that is because construction and demolition waste has to be disposed of at a certified processor, and we also are responsible for certifying those. If you want any more information on any of that, our list of certified processes or our permitted waste haulers of that process, you can visit our website there. But the point of me pointing this out is that the reason why I'm making this presentation is because I'm one of the managers in this section and involved heavily with enforcement. I was asked to study the topic, all the rules and regulations regarding cannabis waste disposal and participate in the cannabis team, which was going to potentially develop policy for LA San on the solid side regarding cannabis waste disposal. So let me share with you a little bit of what I learned. Cannabis is regulated mainly by state law, but also there's local agencies and city agencies, as we've heard today. These are the three main bodies. Now, cannabis regulations, kind of a feature of the industry is that they're always kind of changing. Right now, you all are probably aware that there is a big national push within federal and within several states of legalization of recreational use. So I imagine coming up, there's going to be a lot more changes as well. But in terms of the general permit process, nuts and bolts, I don't think we'll probably deviate too much from this. So these are the three organizations that are the main ones in charge. And then from what I understand, they're going to be merging them into one, or they might already be in the process of that. But again, materially, most of this information should still be the same. So yeah, the Bureau of Cannabis Control and Cal Cannabis, they're the ones with the track and trace system. That becomes important for waste disposal. And then the Manufactured Cannabis Safety Division. Another quick thing to cover here as we kind of go through this, you'll see that as far as state law is concerned, they kind of view the cannabis industry broadly in three categories, which is the commercial side, the retailers, the growers, and then the industrial side or the manufacturers. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say industrial side. I meant to say the manufacturer side. So just something to keep in mind there. And then in terms of the local agencies, you've got County Health, CCEP, all their things that they do is there. County Fire, the cannabis unit, and then finally DCR. I did my presentation not knowing we were going to have such a comprehensive presentation from Kat Packer earlier. So, and that's still popping up. But I did include that there because they're the main ones that are going to be dealing with the permitting and things like that. So as mentioned earlier, as part of all these permitting processes, obtaining your permits and your certificates of occupancies, your CUPAs and everything, generally you're going to have to submit a waste management plan. And so that's kind of where the waste disposal component comes in here. Here are some of the key regulations regarding solid waste disposal. So for cannabis waste, first of all, is defined as organic waste and can be recycled as any other organic waste. That's important to understand. Cannabis waste is to be rendered unrecognizable and unusable at the time of disposal. No cannabis product can be disposed of while in its packaging. Cannabis waste may be collected from a licensee in conjunction with a regular organic waste collection law, etc. And then finally, a licensee shall use the track and trace system. So as you can see here, cannabis regulations and all of the regulatory bodies are very concerned with the chain of custody. They want to be able to track cannabis all the way from its growth and cultivation all the way through disposal, and basically that's what you see here. So security is very important, and being able to track every single ounce throughout its life in its life cycle, I guess, is important here. And so that's, again, something to keep in mind. Here's a contact information for DCR. Again, at the time, I wasn't aware they were going to make a presentation, so this is kind of redundant now. But the thing to understand in terms of ultimately from our presentation is that on the solid side right now, LA Sanitation and Environment does not have, has not instituted a policy regarding cannabis waste disposal. We continue to study the issue. If at any time we do develop a policy, most likely I will be the point of contact, and there's my information there. I included the DCR stuff because really, for most of the questions you have, they're probably going to be the ones that need to answer it. But if you have any questions for me, my contact information here is here, and you can feel free to email me or contact me. Thank you.